Ha ha! Now that I have committed tax fraud, the IRS will stop stealing all of my hard-earned money. Ha ha ha! Mose has done some dastardly deeds in the past, but tax fraud is just too far. We've got a fraud to take down. There's no way to escape. Think again. Now that I've defeated the IRS, nothing stands in between me and tax fraud.
And then, after defeating the top IRS agents, I used my vastly superior tax evading collective skills to defeat the rest of the IRS, then the government. And that is how I got here. That is how I rose. That is how I became Supreme Emperor of Wisconsin. Wow, Supreme Emperor Mose. What a truly riveting story, and such a bold and unique answer to the question, how are you today? Now, I did have 19 other questions planned for this interview, but it appears that we're out of time. That is odd. I could have sworn I only answered one question. Well, you have, sir, but the thing is to answer that one question with a 6-hour account of your life story, starting from the day you were born, which you described very vividly. Yes, I do that sometimes, don't I? It is a very interesting story, I must admit. Yeah, sir, of course, sir. It was my mistake, truthfully. I should have realized that my foolish question would lead to such a very long and truly wonderful story. I should just skip to the main questions. It is my fault, actually. Well, what can I say? Just what I do best. That and ruling over Wisconsin with an iron fist. Yes, sir, of course. Storytelling and running a government, two things you excel at. It's my 9th time hearing that story this week, and it is still captivating. Now, that is all the time we have, so thank you for watching, and as always, long live Supreme Emperor Mose. Can't stand this. I'm absolutely sick of this tax-evading bastard.
Frauding. What? Tax frauding, not tax evading. Makes most committed tax fraud, remember?
No, it's evasion. That's why everyone calls him the tax evader.
No, I assume if you remember, 2 years ago, the day Rex defeated us, the tax fraud alarm was blaring in the IRS office. Then we went to go arrest him for tax fraud, not tax evasion.
No, I remember when he knocked me out, I called him a tax evading and then lost consciousness before I could finish.
Well, I remember you saying that, but you were wrong then, and you're wrong now.
For God's sake, he literally directed a movie based on that day and called it The Tax Evader.
Yeah, and he's wrong.
Anyway, the point is, I'm sick of him. Evasion, fraud, whatever. He doesn't respect taxes and is a very unpleasant person overall.
Agreed. Somebody ought to take him down.
We were supposed to be that somebody.
And look how it turned out for us.
Yep. Living in fear and oppression in your dad's basement.
But we'll make it work.
Do we? What about the past 2 years has looked like making it work? The constant fear, the sleepless nights, staying inside nearly 24/7 because you can't show our faces in public, the overwhelming reality that this is the society we live in, that it's our fault to begin with, that we had a chance to stop Mose when he's at his weakest, and failed, that our failure is directly responsible for the oppression of our society. Is that making it work, Officer Shaft?
When you put it that way...
Don't even try. It's not the way I said it. It's the way things are. I mean, look around. The world has gone to crap, and it's our fault.
So, we ruined everything.
Yeah, glad you finally caught on.
What if we could unruin everything?
I admire your optimism, but be realistic. We don't stand a chance.
We almost had him 2 years ago.
Yeah, but we didn't. And look at him now. He's 2 years stronger.
And so are we.
No, we're not. He spent the past 2 years gaining power, and we spent them hiding in your dad's basement playing blackjack with the Kiki's delivery service playing cards.
Well, with that attitude...
It's not my attitude. I'm just being realistic.
Well, let's just say what's realistic. How do you know we can't beat him if you never tried?
I've never tried to bake my tonsils into a delicious tonsil pie, but I'm pretty sure that wouldn't work either.
This is the kind of person who rules by fear. His greatest weapon is the notion that he's invincible. If we don't fear him, then what do we have to fear? Okay, forget that last part. Point is, he's not invincible. He has a weakness. Everyone has a weakness.
But just look at him. He's up here, and we are down here.
Well, I know someone who can help us get up, at least back here. It just so happens that in this very house is one of the nation's masters in tax-paying martial arts.
Wait, you don't mean...
Oh, I mean...
John Bon Jovi?
My dad, what? No, what? Why? Why would John Bon Jovi be in my dad's house?
I don't know, I thought you might be surprising me or something.
Does John Bon Jovi even know tax-paying martial arts?
Well, I mean, I didn't think so, but you know, he's a mysterious guy full of surprises.
It's my dad. We're gonna talk to my dad.
Good idea. I bet John Bon Jovi is a lousy martial artist anyway.
No, I used to think you were the smart one.
Look at this. Is it not marvelous? Sure, whatever. Noted, I realize you lack an appreciation for the finer things in life. I definitely wouldn't call this the finer things in life. You see, when you say things like that, it makes it hard for me to believe that we are even related. My uncle's cousin is his wife's brother. We are not related. But according to the law, that makes us directly related by blood. The law that you made. Precisely. So, if we're such close blood relatives, maybe you could pay me for all the work I do for you? Yeah, but you're getting paid in the greatest currency of all. Experience. Actually, I think the greatest currency of all is just currency. You see, you would not be saying that if you only had more experience. You have any currency. Child, that is why you're here. Fate brought you to me so you could receive the gift of experience from the wisest man in all of Wisconsin. You know, my sister's wife brought me here because I needed a summer job, and she just so happened to be the cousin of the uncle of some dictator who was looking for an assistant. And I took it under the assumption that I'd be getting paid in money. My boy, what want could you possibly have for more money? Look around at the beautiful society I have built. Here, the government does not steal all of your hard-earned money. People can get by with what they have, and so can you. There is not a constant need for more. Okay, but like, how will the government pay for everything? Like, if there's no taxes? Oh, there's no need to worry about that. I've already stolen plenty of money. Okay, but how you plan on sustaining that? What do you mean? Sure, you have a lot of money, but what happens when it runs out? I mean, have you been paying to maintain the state the past 2 years? Maintaining the state? You know, like building roads and stuff. Keeping Wisconsin a relatively livable place. I mean, I've only been working here like 2 weeks, and there's a lot you haven't told me about the specifics of the government. You know, the one thing I should... You haven't been paying for maintenance? Well, not that specifically. You mean to tell me that you've had supreme power over the entire state of Wisconsin for over 2 years? And you've been what, just lounging around your lair? It's not a lair, it's a castle. Criminals have lairs, rulers have castles. That's hardly the point. And I've done more than just lounging. Did you not see that interview I just did earlier today? Who do you think pays the news station for that? And what about all that propaganda, I mean advertising around Wisconsin? Well, that is just vanity projects. You've built this entire empire on the principle of no taxes, but didn't think anything beyond that. You just want power, but have no idea how to actually make it sustainable. Well, you know it's not that easy. In my own country, we had no laws or government. People ran around the streets in perpetual state of lawlessness. Dogs and cats living together out of mass hysteria. All I've ever known is how to hold my own. We knew nothing of structure. Wait, what country are you from? Ohio. Oh god. Exactly. In a land like that, never even formed one singular concrete accent. In such a lawless nation as Ohio, we knew nothing of rules. I learned that the only way to make it in this world is to look out for yourself, no matter how many other people must be stepped on in the process. This isn't a cigarette. Come on, Charles.
Welcome, young ones. What do you seek from me today?
There's no waffles left in the fridge. No, the other thing. And we also want to learn how to do tax-paying kung fu so we can stop Rex Mose.
Of course. You know, I was something of a taxpayer back in my day.
No way.
Oh, yes, it's true. In fact, I nearly graduated at the top of my class at the Tax Academy, second only to John Bon Jovi.
I knew we could do it. You can teach us the ways of tax-paying kung fu.
Well, I suppose I could teach you kids a thing or two. After all, I'd do anything to get that no-good rodent out of power.
Alright, let's do this. Everybody, IRS on 3. Seriously?
Yes, son, enthusiasm is a very important part of tax paying. 1, 2, 3, IRS!
IRS! Why can't I get this right?
My son, it is clear to me that I have been neglecting a very important part of your training. I've been focusing too much on the kung fu, not enough on the taxes.
Taxes were always the hardest part of my job with the IRS.
My dear Chet, this time your old man taught you a little something about taxes.
So then you're gonna want to add up your deductibles.
What the heck is a deductible?
You have much to learn, my son.
Young taxpayers, the time has come. You advanced very skillfully through your training, and now sufficiently know the ways of tax-paying kung fu. While you're not yet masters, you surely have enough skill to defeat the tyrant that is Rex Mose. It is my deepest honor to bestow upon you the armor of IRS agents. This looks just like the armor we used to have, like the one we wore when we fought Rex for the first time. I don't know, mine seems new. I thought you'd notice that. You see, before society collapsed, Charles here was top IRS agent. All my training essentially did was teach him how to use his tax-paying skills for self-defense. You, on the other hand, lacked proper knowledge of taxation. You simply had more room to grow. And now that you have grown, you must don the armor befitting of a new tax-paying man.
But you must keep in mind, this is very precious armor. Do not put it on until you absolutely need it. Until you are about to face Rex himself.
Father, it is my honor to accept this generous gift of my achievement. Hush, no need to be so formal, son. I'm just doing my duty as your old man. Mr. Dad Shaft, thank you so much for all your help. Thanks to you, we now have a chance against Rex Mose. Oh no, the real chance was inside you all along. Really? Of course not. If it was, you would have beaten him the first time. Too soon, I guess.
Oi, no unauthorized individuals are allowed on the premises. Dad, I told you that accent doesn't make it sound as cool as you think it does.
In life, only two things are inevitable: death and taxes. And I'm all out of taxes.
Is that a threat? Oh, you! Spookiest time of the year.
Halloween?
No. Talking about bloody tax time. Looks like these guys won't wake up for a while. Let's roll.
Oi, who are you two? We are rebellion, the winds of change. Can't fight it, like tax says. How many more guards do you think there are? I don't know, but I know that we can handle them all.
Running a dictatorial regime is not as easy as I make it look. I mean, every day people come to me with new problems. Oh, Supreme Emperor Mose, there's a housing crisis. Oh, Supreme Emperor, the unemployment rates are through the roof. Oh, Supreme Emperor, what about the economy? It's more than I can bear. No, truthfully, I don't even know if I did tax fraud or tax evasion to begin with. I know as I didn't want to pay my taxes right, so I didn't, and then I had to fight the IRS, and next thing you know, I'm here. There? Don't even worry about it, It's just, you've been doing just fine for, like, 2 whole years. I mean, that's longer than Zachary Taylor was in power.
The current president of the United States of America?
Yeah, Taylor served for 1 year, 4 months, and 5 days before he freaking died of cholera morbus. Ew. I mean, come on, if a guy like that can run a whole country, surely you can more than manage one measly state. Wisconsin is no measly state. It's so complex and full of intricacies. She is a wild beast. Majestic, but impossible to control. Much harder to handle than a couple of United States. Come on, just gotta believe in yourself, if only there was some way you could prove yourself to yourself. Like some challenge you could overcome, some obstacle you could leap, some foe to vanquish, some...
It's the IRS.
That'll do.
By the power invested in me, I now pronounce you under arrest.
You guys again?
This is perfect. By defeating you once more, I should prove that I haven't lost my way. That Rex Mose has still got it.
But that's the thing, Rex. You won't defeat us this time. Now stand down, or I'll have no choice but to unleash some tax-paying kung fu on you. Found out about tax-paying kung fu?
Excuse me? Who are these guys? Did you surely remember the story of my rise to power? Remember those two weak IRS agents I defeated?
Let's say,
Well, these are them. I'd like to introduce you to Mr. Tex McGee, man.
you don't even know our names? Look, when two IRS agents have your house surrounded, you don't have time to exchange names with them. You must defeat them as soon as possible.
Well, remember this. I am Officer Charles North, top IRS agent.
And I'm Officer Chet Shaft. I'm here too, and I know how to pay taxes.
Wait, Shaft? Are you in any way related to William Shaft?
Oh yes, Rex. I happen to have the honor of William Shaft being my wonderful loving father. And he's the one who taught us tax-paying kung fu.
Let's pause for a second. Ted Ferguson here, professional assistant recreational idiot. Who's William Shaft and why should I care?
William Shaft is one of the most notorious taxpayers in all of history. He nearly graduated at the top of his class at the Tax Academy. Second only to John Bon Jovi. And so if William Shaft taught these two tax-paying kung fu, you're kinda screwed.
I'm a little screwed, yeah.
Oh, a little screwed doesn't even begin to cover it, Rex. You still have a chance to stand down.
Stand down? I am Rex Mose. I am the Supreme Emperor of Wisconsin. I'm a native of Ohio. I am the champion of the people. I am the tax evader. If I am to go down, it will not be without a fight.
Suit yourself.
Well, that could have gone better. How? How did he beat us? We did everything we were supposed to. We learned the kung fu. We trained with your father, one of the best taxpayers in history. And he beat us like it was nothing.
Well, we'll get him next time.
Chef, there won't be a next time. You're literally in Supreme Emperor Rex Mose's private prison cell, serving out a life sentence without parole, I might add. I thought our situation was hopeless before.
Oh, come on, no situation is hopeless. We gotta get out of here somehow.
Chef, you left us with no food supply. We'll be dead within a week. So unless you can barge down that iron door right there, the best we can do is lay down and die in peace.
Hey, Charles. If I were to die in prison with anyone, I'm glad it could be you.
I'm glad to ride away with you too, Officer Shaft.
Anybody miss me?
What do you want?
Break you out, that's what.
Go away, we're trying to accept our fates.
Well, yeah, but honestly, I was kind of planning on just laying dramatically for 20 minutes before coming up with an ingenious plan to escape.
20 minutes?
I was thinking 5 max. The dramatic's gonna have to wait, because you're escaping right here, right now. Really, this isn't just some devious scheme cooked up by Rex's right-hand man to finally dispose of his 2 greatest threats. And you're more like his 5th greatest threat and 8th greatest threat. Wait, which of us is? Not the time. Well, anyway, Rex is family. And it's kind of pathetic once you get down to it. And because of that, I just really want to see him have a win, you know? But that blinded me from the truth that I've always known. Rex is wrong and stupid. And so are you two. No, you see, the thing is, I get it now. I watched a 15-minute video on government and economics, and I understand everything. You watched a 15-minute video, but we just saw you 7.5 minutes ago. I watched the video in 2 times speed. It's called efficiency. So anyway, I realized the solution isn't no government. It's not all government. It's some government. Chew on that. Oh wow, really? An ideal government is somewhere in between anarchy and totalitarianism? I never would have guessed. See, that's a common misconception. That's where the mix-up happens. Government is not just a state of control. It's also a network of people. People who make decisions. Who, quite frankly, make bad decisions most of the time. Well, you got me there. You know how many people get away with improper tax paying every year? Well, Rex does. He's acutely aware of the fact that the government, your government, lets people slip away with tax evasion and tax fraud countless times every year. What are you talking about? The IRS would never stand for this. Literally every time someone commits tax fraud, the tax fraud alarm goes off. It's impossible to miss.
And it went off every freaking day.
And who do you think programmed that alarm? Now down some government big shot who got paid off by some crook. I'll bet it only goes off when poor people don't pay the taxes. The problem with you guys is that you put too much faith in your government and you can't see its flaws.
Well, we're just gonna have a total government reform?
Not at all. All we need is you.
Me?
You! Or at least people like you. You see, the system of taxing works. In theory. In practice, it's abused by the rich and powerful to screw over everyone else. But, that's where you two come in. Government needs more good people like you, so you can, keep everyone in check. Make sure that the system is being used properly and not being abused.
You know what? That's not a bad idea.
And just like that, all our problems are solved. We're supposed to fix the past 2 years of dictatorship and unrest by just telling people to get their stuff together. That's a bit of an oversimplification, but essentially... Look, kid, I can tell you mean well, but I think you'll find that the government's just a little bit more complicated than that. Is it really that complicated? Because last I checked, some nobody from Ohio just became Supreme Emperor of Wisconsin because he beat up a couple of punks in his backyard. Once again, you're making everything sound so simple. Oh, come off it, Charles. I worked for the government for a long time. It's basically just a bunch of idiots who are, I guess, trying to make the country better, but usually fail miserably at it. I mean, take off your oath and the glasses, mate. The whole thing could use a bit of a facelift. Hey, I'm more than willing to make some systemic changes, but you know who isn't? Oh yeah, the government. Or you know what? We'll make them do it. We'll gather a bunch of like-minded people who want fair taxation, and we'll make it happen. You know why? Because I believe that we are many. I believe that they are few, and it isn't for the few to tell the many what is true. Dang. That's good. Thanks. I heard it in a musical. Well, now that I have once again defeated the IRS's top agents, proving my superiority. Now what? Thanks, Mose. Your reign is at an end. But like for real this time. What he said. Yes, something to do again. Thanks, Mose. Your reign. Yes, that's it. We got that already. Okay, good. Ted, I will rescue you from the IRS's evil clutches.
Actually, they're with me this time.
You what now?
Yeah, that's right. I watched a 15-minute video on government and economics, and I get it now. We're gonna reform the government and the taxation system.
Oh, not you on those 15-minute life-changing videos again. Look, do you want me to defeat you with tax evading karate again? Or do you want to just save us all some time and throw yourself in my dungeon?
No, you see, we've trained since 17.5 minutes ago. We see through the laws of the IRS. We're gonna reform the government so it can be held under stricter scrutiny.
Stricter scrutiny? Stricter scrutiny? Our system like the IRS will never be fair, no matter how strict your scrutiny is. It will always be a system used by corrupt people, for corrupt people. Well, not this time. We're going to ensure that everyone gets fair taxation. Nobody will have to pay too much or too little. And do you really think that is going to work? The government will just stop being corrupt and unfair because you ask them nicely? Well, good luck with that. I can't believe the government stopped being corrupt and unfair just because you asked them nicely. Well, that's an oversimplification of events. But we did get a lot done thanks to a positive attitude and a group of people united under a just cause.
Yeah, I'm so glad we were able to reform the entire government of Wisconsin.
Then you should move on to the entire United States government now? Maybe later. I mean, as of right now, I was just planning on watching the Grand Budapest Hotel for the 6th time this week.
Oh, that's a much better plan. I'm in.
Sure, I'm down.
Me too.
No, Rex, you're going to prison.
After your legal trial, of course.
Right, what did I do?
Tax fraud. That's what started this whole thing to begin with.
And he assaulted multiple federal agents. On more than one occasion. Okay, fair point. Counterpoint. I'm just going to restrain you and put you in prison right now, okay? I please the 21st.
The amendment that legalized alcohol?
Yeah, I'd like to see you wiggle your way out of this one.
Guilty.
And in political news tonight, notorious tax evader and former Supreme Emperor Rex Mose was arrested last night for crimes of tax evasion, aggravated assault, and worst of all, for doing a government. In the wake of his arrest, former IRS officers Charles North and Chet Shaft have initiated a new form of government in Wisconsin in the hopes of fair taxation for all. Next up in Wisconsin news, the Green Bay Packers or something. You think this measly prison cell can hold me? Well, you are wrong. Your agents have your fun for now. But mark my words, the game is on.
Ah, shut up, Rex.